Welcome to the Amy NFL Show, the show that everybody loves. Today, we're starting with the mock draft, all 31 first-round picks. Then we'll be going to Aydens Rankings. Then we'll have Guess That Stat. And finally, last question.
All right, so how this is going to work, we're going to pick a player. We get 1 point for the correct player going to the correct team and 1 point for the correct position. So if you guess quarterback, CJ Stroud to Carolina, you would get 2 points if that happens. If they pick a quarterback, but not CJ Stroud, we get 1 point. So we'll do, after the draft, we'll tally them all up and see who had the better mock draft.
Mock draft recap, coming later.
All right, with the first overall pick in my mock draft, I have CJ Stroud. I think Carolina moved up, traded those picks to Chicago, got rid of DJ Moore. They want Stroud. I think that's their guy. How about you?
I think they want Young.
Ooh.
So already we've got a different pick. I think that Bryce Young is the guy. The only problem is he is a bit short, but I think that's why they traded up for him. They want Bryce Young as their starting QB. For pick 2, I have CJ Stroud to the Texans. Because the Texans really need a quarterback, and they got the pick right here for it. CJ Stroud might still be available, and if it's not him, it's Young, which I've already had, so I think it's going to be Stroud.
Yeah, I think everybody has quarterbacks going 1 and 2, so I have Bryce Young going number 2 to Houston. They need a quarterback. If Stroud is gone, I got them picking Young. For my number 3 pick, assuming that it doesn't get traded, I think the Arizona Cardinals will take Will Anderson. Edge rusher. They really need help on the defensive line. I think they're taking Will Anderson.
I agree. Will Anderson to Arizona, replacing J.J. Watt, who just retired. I think it's going to be a great fit. For my number 4 to the Indianapolis Colts, I have Anthony Richardson going to Indianapolis. I think that they need a quarterback. They can't just stick with mediocre old QBs like they have been for the past 7 years since Andrew Luck retired. They got to get a QB if they want to become good. They got a good team. Anthony Richardson can help them out.
I also have Anthony Richardson, Florida quarterback, did really well in the combine. I think Steichen's offense will really benefit from that type of dynamic player. He's got a huge upside. For pick 5, the Seahawks really need some edge help. I think they're going Jalen Carter. Under Pete Carroll, there's some question marks lately with Jalen Carter and his legal issues. I think Pete Carroll will be good with that. They'll take the best talent that's left at pick 5, Jalen Carter.
I agree. Jalen Carter, all the way.
Yeah.
At pick 6, we have the Lions. And I think they're going Oregon corner, Christian Gonzalez. I think that they need help on that defense. One of the greatest offenses last year, one of the worst defenses last year. Gonzalez can really help them out.
I also did corner, but I went Devin Witherspoon from Illinois. I think we agree that Detroit needs corner help. We'll see which one they take. For the 7th pick, I think they're going to shy away from a quarterback. They have Jimmy G locked up for 3 years. I think they're going Tyree Wilson.
Ooh, I got an offensive tackle here, Paris Johnson Jr.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, one of the best offensive line coming out of college, and I think he's going to be the first offensive line picked in this draft. For pick number 8, I have Tyree Wilson here. Falcons need some help on the D. They got A.J. Terrell. They got Jesse Bates coming in, Calais Campbell, and I think that Tyree Wilson could really fit with them.
I have an edge rusher as well, Luke Van Ness. This is Chicago's pick that they got from Carolina for dropping down out of the 1st overall. I think they're going offensive tackle, give Fields some protection. Skoronski is my pick for the Bears.
I got Myles Murphy. They need some defensive help. They know that Justin Fields can do great things. He's got DJ Moore from the trade with the Panthers, and I think they're going to need a defense now. So I say they take Myles Murphy. For pick number 10, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl losers. I got Jackson Smith-Njigba from Ohio State, wide receiver. They already got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. They got a third receiver that really is really good, and I think that he is going to help them a lot.
I think they're going on the defensive side of the ball. I think there's going to be a run on edge rushers, so I think they take Nolan Smith with the 10th overall pick.
From Georgia.
With the 11th overall pick, I think Tennessee takes Paris Johnson Jr., second offensive tackle gone in the draft.
Okay. Here's my surprising pick.
Oh.
Tennessee Titans select Will Levis,
Oh.
quarterback, Kentucky. I think that they need a quarterback. Tannehill has not proven himself to be that good. Malik Willis hasn't proved himself yet. I think Levis could maybe get benched for a year, maybe play the injury games. He could be the backup for Tannehill or Willis, then play next season or play this season. I think the Titans take Will Levis at pick 11. Just out of the top 10. At pick number 12, I say the Houston Texans help their CJ Stroud with Broderick Jones, offensive tackle from Georgia. And I think that that's a good first round for them.
I think they're going to help their young quarterback, but taking a wide receiver instead of a tackle. I think they're going to take Quentin Johnson.
Yep.
With the 13th overall pick, I expect the Jets to give some protection to the expected arrival of Aaron Rodgers. So I think they're going to go offensive tackle. Darnell Wright is my pick.
I've also got offensive tackle, but I got Peter Skoronski. At pick 14 to the New England Patriots, I have Bill Belichick choosing Lucas Van Ness, an edge out of Iowa. I think that he could really help with that defense. On the other side of Matt Judon, that defense could be really good next year.
Yeah, I thought Van Ness went a little bit higher. I think the Patriots are going to go wide out with Smith and Jigba. With the 15th overall pick, I think the Packers go with the first tight end off the board, Dalton Kincaid, 15th overall. Give Love some help.
From Clemson, I have the Packers taking Brian Bresee to help on that defense. They already got Jair Alexander there as a secondary player. Now they got a front seven player. I think that defense could be really good. They take Brian Bresee.
Good pick.
With the 16th overall pick, I have the first safety going off the board, Brian Branch. They already got some good corners, some good D-line, some good linebackers, and I think they take a safety here. Brian Branch from Alabama goes to the Commanders.
For the Commanders, I was between a cornerback, but if Will Levis is still there, I expect them to take Will Levis, quarterback. For the 17th pick, if Joey Porter Jr. is still there at the 17th overall pick, I'm pretty sure the Steelers will take him. They like to keep it in the family. They know the history of Joey Porter on the Steelers, so if he's still available, Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, they've already got Watt brothers. They've already got Joey Porter in that, and I think they take Joey Porter Jr. as well. Hayward, Watt, now Porter.
Yep.
All defense. With the 18th overall pick, you already got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and now you go Jordan Addison out of USC. I think they could get another good number 2 receiver, and that could help them maybe make the playoffs this year.
For my Lions pick, I have an interior defensive lineman, Khalija Kancey. For the Bucs, I think if any of the top 4 quarterbacks are still available at this point, they will definitely take them. They could trade up for a quarterback. They have Baker Mayfield, but it's a 1-year deal. See how he does. I think they'll try and give him some help. I think they're going to go offensive tackle, Broderick Jones.
I have them taking a corner here, Cam Smith out of South Carolina. For the Seahawks' second pick, I have them taking Isaiah Foskey, edge out of Notre Dame. I think they get yet another defensive line person, and they really will help out next year.
Yeah, I have them taking a cornerback, Christian Gonzalez, on the defense as well.
For the 21st pick, I have the Chargers taking Devin Witherspoon. All the way down to 21, but they still get him. Defense, they need help. Their offense is great already. They could take Bijan Robinson if Eckler leaves, but I think they take Witherspoon.
I was thinking about Robinson too, but I went against it. I think it's still pretty high for a running back. So I went with Zay Flowers instead, wide receiver. And I think there's going to be back-to-back wideouts gone with Jordan Addison going to the Ravens in the 22nd overall pick.
I've also got a wide receiver because the Ravens need one bad.
Yes.
Quentin Johnson, finally picked.
Yeah.
I have the Vikings taking Khalil Ringo out of Georgia, cornerback. Helps that defense out. Harrison Smith's already there. Could be a good secondary.
I have Minnesota taking the 5th quarterback in the first round, Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee. They don't have to rush him in because they have Kirk Cousins for at least another year. So I think they'll do their homework and pick Hooker.
Okay.
For Jacksonville, they need cornerback help. I have them taking Deonte Banks.
I also have Deonte Banks out of Maryland. Yep. An edge out of Georgia, Nolan Smith. Drops down to 25, but the Giants pick him up.
I went the other way. I went offensive tackle Anton Harrison for the Giants. And for the Cowboys, I went Brian Breesy.
For the Cowboys, for me, I got the first tight end off the board for me, Dalton Kincaid out of Utah. For your Buffalo Bills, I got Bijan Robinson. Buffalo, here you come.
I also have Bijan Robinson going to the Bills. First running back off the board. For Cincy, I went offensive tackle DeJuan Jones.
I went the second tight end off the board, Michael Mayer. I have an offensive tackle here, Darnell Wright to the Saints.
I actually went with my second tight end, Michael Mayer, to the Saints. For Philly, I went defensive line because I didn't pick defensive line in the first Philly pick. So Mazi Smith.
I got Anton Harrison for offensive line for the Eagles. And for the final pick in round 1, I have the Kansas City Chiefs, your Super Bowl champions, taking a wide receiver out of Tennessee, Jalen Hyatt.
I went defensive side of the ball. I think they're going to go with Will McDonald IV, edge rusher. And that wraps up all 31 picks of the first round. Stay tuned after the draft to see how we did.
Aydens Rankings. For this week's Aydens Rankings, I got the top 10 wide receiver duos.
Nice.
At number 10, we got CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks from the Cowboys. Cooks got traded from the Texans, and I think they are number 10. Number 9, I got Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis from the Buffalo Bills. Really good duo there. Davis has lots of touchdowns, and Diggs has lots of catches. Allen looks for him most of the time. That's why they're number 9. For number 8, I have Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow. I could put Jacoby Myers there, but I thought that Renfrow was better than Myers, so I have Adams and Renfrow at number 8. Number 7, you got Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. Both very good receivers, both could easily be number 1, but they are at number 7. For number 6, I got Keenan Allen and Mike Williams from the Chargers. Very good receivers. One is power and big. One is like jukey and stuff, spinny, like spin move. That is why they are number 6. Number 5, I have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin from the Tampa Bay Bucks. Baker will need them to step up if they want to make a run here next year, and I think they will both do that. Number 4, I have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett from Seattle Seahawks. They are very good. Both could easily be the number 1 wide receivers on their team. And they are number 4 for me. Number 3, I have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. T. Higgins is very good at mossing people. You heard him one time. He said jump balls are more like 80 and 20% for him. And then Jamar Chase, he's Jamar Chase. Number 2, I got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith from the Philadelphia Eagles. Big help to making it to the Super Bowl last year. Maybe they can make it to the Super Bowl this year with their help again. And then number 1, I have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Both very speedy, speediest team on the planet. And I think that this is the number 1 wide receiver duo from Aydens Rankings. Thank you.
Back by popular demand, we have Guess That Stat.
Guess that stat!
We'll ask each other some questions, and seeing how it is draft season, I have 3 draft-related stats for you. First one, since 2000, how many first-round quarterbacks are still playing after 5 years? So they make it to the second contract. What percentage, not how many, what percent of quarterbacks make it to the second contract?
Okay, I'm going to go 50%.
Wow, you were close. 55% first-round quarterbacks. So that means 45% don't make it to their second contract, even though they're a first-round pick. Second question, how many first-round draft trades were there last year?
Oh, okay. There was 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go 3.
No, you missed that one a little bit. There were 9 first-round trades.
Last year?
Yes. Quite often, people will trade up 2 spots, or like 1 spot. That counts as a trade.
Yeah.
So there was 9 trades last year.
Huh. Is it like how many spots moved?
No. 9 full-on trades.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I did not get that right.
Nope. Last question for me. How many undrafted players were on 53-man rosters at the start of the year last year? So of all the people, there's 1,696 people that are on a 53-man roster on opening day. How many of those were undrafted? Take a wild guess.
0.
No. 486.
Oh.
So almost a quarter of the rosters are undrafted players. Remember, you got a lot of kickers, punters. They never get drafted usually.
Right.
So quite a lot higher than I thought.
Well.
The draft isn't everything.
Yeah. Guess that stat. I did not do good this week.
How about you?
Okay. The first one, they aren't draft related. My first one is, what quarterback led the league in rushing yards? Quarterback.
Justin Fields.
Correct. I was thinking maybe you would go Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts.
I was considering Hurts, but I remember Fields.
There is Justin Fields, yeah. 4 players had 6 interceptions this year. Can you name all 4? 3 of them were safeties and 1 of them was a cornerback.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
That's 1. Took you a long time just for your own team.
Yeah. Jordan Poyer.
Nope. Incorrect. Would you like to know the other 3?
Sure.
It was Minka Fitzpatrick, Tariq Woolen.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, the rookie.
Yeah.
CJ Gardner-Johnson. And
yeah, I knew that too.
Justin Simmons.
I did not know that one.
No. So, you got 25% of that question right.
Not correct.
Nope. That's it for the S That Stat. You guys should give us some ideas in the comments for what questions we should do, maybe some segments. Let's get to the last question. So, the talk that nobody likes, and we're going to talk about it. Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, he's probably going to the Jets. Hasn't happened yet, though. Everybody's angry at that. Lamar Jackson, people just wanted to go to a new team or just be quiet and stay with the Ravens. So, we're going to combine them. Who is the better quarterback? Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson?
Depends what you're looking for. They both bring different qualities. Obviously, Lamar can scramble. He's also a lot younger. So if you have a young team and you're looking to build around a quarterback, Lamar Jackson still has a lot of years left. The Jets, they're looking 1 or 2 years in the future. That's it. Because who knows how much longer Aaron Rodgers will play. So it's a tough question to say who is better. I would say if I had to pick one, Aaron Rodgers, because he's just proven it more often. He's got more of a career. Multiple MVPs. Lamar Jackson has 1 MVP. He's won a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers.
So what if I put it this way? Which quarterback would you like to lead the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Purely because I don't like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, because Rodgers has a beard.
Yeah, and Jackson's coming from the Ravens.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's it for this week's Amy NFL show. We will see you next time. Give us some more video ideas.
Yep. Tune in after the draft. See how we did with our mock draft picks.
See you next time.
See you.